Good evening, everybody, and welcome to one of the two games we are having tonight. For the Chapter 5 tournament, we have O Block and Panda facing off each other. For, looking to be a good match. My name is Golden Boot. For those who don't know me, this is my first time on the podcast for this tournament. Met two-time tournament finalists, and the player personnel director for the tournament. Met in an LSU alumni. I was a strategist player, and I am joined by Magus.
Howdy,
So
folks.
should have an interesting match here. O Block is currently 1-1, and Panda is 2-0 within their divisions. I'm pretty sure Panda does get the win tonight. This should almost be a guaranteed lock to be a team that moves on to the bracket stage. As that's just for a quick reminder, there are top two teams from each of our five divisions to make it. And just double check which. If I can double check which group this is. I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up much recently. This is Group D. Currently, Panda at the top at 2-0, one below all, behind them at 1-0, and O Block right now at 1-1, taking a loss to one below all and defeating Team WBC King. They need, and right now O Block needs, and honestly O Block needs this win here pretty badly. They need this win to make sure that they can keep their hopes alive to move on to the group stage, as it could potentially be over if they do lose here. But here they're gonna need some luck on their side. They also will be without their captain tonight. Dead Positive will not be playing. He is sick, so please pray for him to have a speedy recovery. So they have Barizam, I think, coming in to fill in for him. As for the rest of the team, you got CEO, Popeyes, and Skeleton on the Vanguard line, and Stay and Skeletal NorCal on Duelist. And for Panda, you have Splash and Gleek on the Vanguard line, Spitze and Ilium for Duelist, and on the support line you have Madami and Onyx Serial. Should be some pretty good things from both sides. CEO Popeyes was the previous best Vanguard from last tournament. Stay a tournament champion. Dead Positive led his team in the previous tournament to the grand finals against Stay. And for Panda, Splash, who's been a very good Vanguard player so far throughout this tournament, paired up with Gleek. And you have Madami, who's also a tournament champion, won in last summer's draft tournament with the Thousand Sunny. As for the rest of the team, they are a lot of really good players on both sides. So, what do you think this is going to expect from both of these teams, and how do you think the bands are going to be starting this out?
Now, to be fair with you, I've been seeing a lot of Venom bands, targeting Splash. Last time I saw and Splash, had that Magneto in his pocket and it ended up working out so well. And he was the man of the match, getting huge ult kills, blocking damage. But, I really haven't seen any of O Block's team. But when I did talk to Panda on that final, that post interview, he was saying that the team that he was actually excited, thinking that it was going to be a very, very close match was Team O Block themselves, CEO of Popeyes being widely considered the best Vanguard, and then, having Stay, a champion from last season, very good team all around. I wonder what their comp's going to be, though, without Dead Positive leading them. So it's going to be a very interesting match for sure. And I'm very excited for tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be interested to see what we see from the bands. As again, I have not been fully keeping up with this tournament. I've been busy. For those who don't know, I play on an Overwatch team, and I've just been busy with some other life stuff. But I have been keeping up with some of the pro play and the meta, as I think this is going to be the last week of this current patch. So we are going to be going into season 9.5 next week. I think we're going to be seeing the newest hero to the roster, the Hood, and we're going to have some balance changes come in. And the Hood could definitely shake up the meta. He does, for what we've seen, he does look to be relatively strong in whatchamacallit. Does seem to be relatively strong from the reveal trailer. Not gonna be 100% on that yet. We'll believe it when we see it. But he does bring in two very good team ups that can potentially help some characters out. The biggest one being Jubilee, getting that permanent hit scan healing, healing and damage is going to be something that can help her out a lot, as she does struggle a bit in this meta outside of triple strategist. But the biggest thing with strategist, I think, is going to be those first bans. Will it be teams try to ban Mantis, or will the teams try to ban Gambit? Mantis is been a very strong character throughout this season, possibly the best character in the game right now, especially in pro play where she's just a permaban. Gambit also up there as well. If you have a Gambit player, you want to be able to play it. Yet, as I think we are going to be going into the game, as we are going to be about to go into this match. It's all right. Both teams are and as we confirm, just need to confirm from O Block. And yep, we will be going into the first map here. It is going to be random domination. These games will be best of 3. As we are going to be seeing what this first map is going to be, and it's going to be Celestial Husk.
Very interesting map here. You know, very, very interesting with all the Venom goop, you know, spread around the map to, you know, move, change people. Great, you know, great area for people to, you know, get up top, take high ground, or be down below. You know, it's a very interesting map. Very changing too. So it's going to be an interesting match to see. Very excited to see who these bans are, though.
Yeah, definitely. As we do go into the ban phase here, I'm probably gonna expect a Mantis or Gambit ban right out of the gate. Both of those characters are very strong, and it's usually gonna kind of be a pick your poison. But we are gonna see a potential first ban Venom here from O Block, and yep, they do not want Splash playing that Venom. Panda is going to ban the Gambit here, so they're gonna get that away from Adrian, also known as Harsh Reality, and they're gonna save their own Gambit. So they're gonna have a one-sided Gambit, but this could potentially give O Block an opening to potentially get themselves a one-sided Mantis or something else that they want to play, but not let Panda play. Some of these and it's gonna be looking like the Mantis ban. Gonna not allow them to have that damage boost for the duelists of Panda, as they are gonna be going into their first save here. I'm expecting probably their own Mantis or maybe something else that they want to play. As a judging by their comp, not really seeing if any of these characters right now are worth the save, but it is going to be the Mantis save. So it's a one-sided Mantis versus a one-sided Gambit.
Yep. Very interesting. You know, I heard rumors around being, you know, Mantis being easily one of the strongest healers, you know, in this match. And I've been seeing a lot of Mantis bans, you know, in the scrims or the open lobbies, and, you know, even in some of these matches. So it's going to be very interesting how they use Mantis, you know, to counteract that one-sided Gambit.
Yeah, definitely. Just being able to consistently provide damage boost to the duelists, especially now that you don't need to play triple strategist to make her effective. We're going to see Elsa, Bloodstone, and Magneto bans. Magneto's another character that has been rising up in the bans phase. I'm not sure about it here, but I do. For what I've seen in Ignite, Magneto has mostly became a picker ban. He has become probably the best Vanguard in the game right now. Meteor M just very good at shutting down strategist ults and some strategist ults primarily. Good protection, also just a lot better damage output thanks to the team up he gets from Scarlet Witch. And you can also team up with Emma as well to have that mostly permanent clone that just gives you a very big damage boost as well. Daredevil going to be the last save for O Block, so they're looking to potentially play some sort of dive, and Elsa Bloodstone will be the last ban for Panda. So Elsa off the board for both teams, and their final save is looking to be Magneto. So they're gonna have the one-sided Magneto.
Yeah, I'm having a sneaky suspicion that Splash is gonna, you know, pull out that Magneto again. Gonna see if he can cause chaos like he did last time. You know, especially with the Gambit and Magneto team up. It's absolute astonishing team up for Gambit. You know, a bubble of healing plus knockback and damage to the enemies. It's just a really good team up overall. Very excited to see how this match goes down. I do think this is gonna be a very close matchup.
Yeah, definitely should. Yeah, and also just being able to have that upgraded Gambit team up as well. Not to mention the enhanced effect where when it ends, you get extra damage and healing. So we are going to be seeing what these teams are going to be looking to play here. But it's looking like a dive comp from O Block here with Popeyes on the Venom and stay on the Daredevil. A bit doing and Cloak and Dagger into this rear backline. Not too big of a fan of the Devil Dinosaur pick right now. Unless Skeletal can't still changes my mind because right now Dinosaur does struggle a lot in this current metagame. Panda
Yes,
going to be running
absolutely.
Emma and Magneto, with the rocket instead of the Cloak and Dagger that we see from Oblock. And we're gonna have a pause here to see what this is for. Okay, a member of Panda is lagging, but I guess we can talk about these comps a bit more as we go into these. So the rocket as well. From I do think one of the main changes from this as well
Uh-oh.
is going to be the
I just stream paused.
Wolverine from Shipsa and Onyx Ariel currently eyeing the rocket, or if that's just going to be for armor packs and jump packs for that Wolverine. I do think that the rocket pick could be relatively strong. Yes, he did get he did get a pretty big nerf to Earth in this season going into season 9, especially with the ultimate. You get it, you don't get it as fast as you used to, and there's now fall off the farther you are away from the amplifier, but the rocket is still a relatively strong character. Thus amplifier, especially with those beacons, just being able to basically go into every fight as with a 7v6. The other side doesn't have a rocket, can put you at a pretty good advantage, especially if you lose someone early. Not to mention just some of the mobility and the high healing output he can provide. It can be relatively good as well. And for Oblock, once again, probably going to be running a dive. See how Popeyes and stay. If those two can coordinate their dives onto the back line of Panda, it should be relatively easy for them and force Panda to play differently to try and slow down the dive, or potentially force them to make adjustments to slow them down.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Wolverine on Team Panda's team, or Wolverine on Team Panda, and I'm seeing that they're running Venom and Dino, and it's gonna be very interesting you know, how is Wolverine gonna be able to shred those tanks because Venom's always gonna be on the move, and Dino, he's grounded, so you can't pick him up. So I wonder if he's gonna swap or go into that backline and try to kidnap some of their healers or that backline support.
Or even if it doesn't need to like, always go for the grab, you can just be a nuisance to the vanguards of a block and just put massive damage into them. Sure, you can't grab the Devil Dinosaur as just like the thing. He can't as just like the thing. He is immune to knockback to displacements like knockbacks and hooks, for example. But being able to just put out massive damage into him still can still be a character that you do need to fear on this dinosaur. He is getting buffed next season, which is some good news, but which is some good news. Potentially, actually help him out a bit, as as once again he does struggle quite a bit in this current metagame. Just a lot of damage, and you need to put so many resources into him to keep him alive. Even not to mention, you're going to be also going into an Emma Frost that can just go into diamond form, grab you and maybe even slam you to the ground. And if their team follows up on that, you're mostly just always dead unless your supports have the ability to pump pretty much all their like healing cooldowns into you. It's gonna be interesting to see as we are gonna be waiting out for this pause. We're gonna take a short break, and we will be back we will be back when the pause ends.
Does the game pause for you guys too?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of their players is lagging. Once they get that they say ours, I'll just tell them not to. I'll just tell them to wait to unpause as the stream so the stream can come back.
Yeah, so she can catch up a little bit. Well, no, there's a delay on stream, so it doesn't matter. Just tell them to unpause it soon. Yeah. I know we have a like a minute 45-second delays, so just run it.
Yeah.
Your mic is picking up on stream.
People can hear me now?
Yeah, I mean, I just heard you on stream.
Oh, praise the Lord! I've been freed from the curse of Ra. I've been released from my shackles. Hi, Hunter. Thank you for watching. My mic wasn't working for the past, like, 3 weeks. I don't know why it's working now. Oh, I got the wrong title? That's embarrassing. Well, I can't
You
change
just
it
missed
now.
all that. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I can end stream and bring it back up, but, you know, it's really up to y'all.
I don't know.
Dude, if you don't want to, we don't need 3 of us here. If one of you guys doesn't want to, I see the title is wrong. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thanks, Hunter. I appreciate it. Tell Madeline I say hi, and Gavin as well. I know y'all are in there.
All right. You can unmute. We're back. Just tell us when we're live.
Okay, we're back, folks, and you know, I'll be putting in my 2 cents every now and again here at the end of the games and such, but you won't be hearing from me too much. But
Yeah,
we will
they're
be
ready.
back here
They're ready.
shortly.
Just let us know we're live so I can let them know what the streams are.
Alrighty, all right, we're back. And we're live. So.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Right.
Looks like the.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Was that me?
Yep. Welcome
Nope,
back,
stream's
everybody.
paused again.
Oh.
Stream
Right,
keeps. Okay, cool. Nope, stream keeps getting paused. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm on pause.
All right.
Oh,
Still saying that
continue,
we're
man.
live. Yeah, you got some time. Until the game begins. Just let us know when we're good.
That's because they didn't have the light force to guide their way back.
Stream good?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good to go. The title's wrong, but I don't want to
we're
end
live?
stream. Yeah, we've been live the whole time.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. All right, we are back. The pause is back. The pause is out. Good with the pause after the pause, and now we're finally going to be going into this first map. O Block versus Panda. And let's see what happens. Both ties are going to be coming out. Looks like going to be going far, all the way on this right side of the point. Ships are going to be looking for an angle to potentially get a grab on someone or just go aggressive on a Vanguard. Or it's Panda going all the way around here, just getting this sight line here. Spitzer trying to look for a leap. He's going to get one. Going to use that team. He's going to get the Cloak and Dagger, and that's already down. Splash is going to get him with the Scarlet Witch team up. And that's a massive pick right there from Panda. This is going to be their key to walk onto this point before Soblock off. And if Popeyes is going to fall to Badami. Badami with two on the Luna Snow.
Oh my goodness.
Both Vanguards are down. And Panda
Splash
are going to get this point first.
Very smart there. You using that team up so wise to counter these squishies. You know, that team up is just so powerful in this season.
Oh, and that's another pick right there right out the gate. Spitza getting, it looks like a grapple to see you at Popeyes, and he just gets to lead it before he can get out. And Skeletal Orkowski taking out again. Just the Vanguard's down again at the beginning of these fights. You can't let that happen. But it's just, they just don't have any ability right now to take space from Panda. And O-Block is almost at the verge of basically being spawn camped. They need to find a way back into this. No ultimates online yet for either team. We've seen adjustment now from Popeyes going over to the Vanguard Deadpool off of the Venomous. They're just gonna try and just poke him out a lot more. They're here currently trying to get an angle, put some pressure on the backline in the duelist. So we do see Stay trying to look for an angle. Stay needs to try and look for an angle to force some cooldowns out of this backline. They're taking this high ground here, but I don't know if that's fully going to be enough. And here goes Spitza again. This time he's going to miss the Pharaoh leap. He's trying to potentially look for Skeleton on this Punisher. Sure, and they are going to now drop the point. Skeleton will try to pressure him out, but that's Stay down again. That's another time O-Block has lost a player first in a fight. Skeleton gets harassed right now by this Emma Frost, but Madami's going to steal the final hit. That's going to be Madami once again with a 2K taking out Barium, and Panda are just dominating right now on this first point. O-Block need to find a way into this, as currently they can't find anything.
Now it looks like we got 99 and 98 ult charge on Team Panda. while O-Block do not have a single of their support ults. So this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be going to the final fight here. Here comes the final judgment from Skeleton, but the Meteor End is gonna take him out. Actually, the Kraken Impact is gonna take him out. The Pop Quiz is gonna come out from Popeyes, but it's not gonna do anything. And they're not gonna be able to touch as the Kraken Impact is gonna clean up and Panda dominate O-Block on this first point.
You know, it was a very wise pick, you know, to swap from Venom, because, you know, he realized that the dive was just not working, so he chose Deadpool to try to get some of that space back, but it's just too strong of, you know, just too strong of a front line that they have that, you know, CEO of Popeyes really couldn't, you know, take that space that he wanted.
Yeah, definitely. And also if you look at the scoreboard, no one on Panda died during that round. There are no one on Panda has died yet, and honestly, just some things I wanted to say. I'm not a big fan of this Devil Dinosaur here. Outside the roots I said earlier, they're on Emma. You got Wolverine, and also they're playing Gambit as well. So you're trying to play that into just high damage from Wolverine, grabs from an Emma, and an anti-heal that can come out from the Gambit. That is not. It's just a lot of things that just slow this dinosaur down to where he can't do what he wants to do. As we are going to see adjustments here from O-Block. Skeleton going to go over to the Black Widow and stay to the Winter Soldier, and Adrian over to White Fox. So a couple of adjustments here. Let's see if these are going to be what they need. They are going to come in with Invisible Boundary and Rampage, but Panda have 4 ultimates online: the Meteor M, Sonic Seduction, Last Stand, and the Fate of both worlds. As currently Popeyes is on this angle, but with Spitza gonna probably got leaped up there, gonna have to get out. As there is a grab there on the splash, they're gonna take him out. No, he's gonna Meteor M, and there's Invisible Boundary coming out for Breezy, and Breezy's gonna get taken out immediately. Fate of both worlds and the Sonic Seduction are gonna come out for Panda. Now they're just gonna pick out Skeletal, and it's just another fight win for Panda. So you get a good grab on the splash, you force out the Meteor M, but he's just able to get value out of it still, as Breezy was just not able to find a way to survive against the Meteor M, and Adrian's gonna get staggered here. That's not a stagger you want happening.
Yeah, it's a very, very good ult timing for Splash there. I saw him pop ult, and as soon as he popped ult, I heard that Invisible Woman ult pop, and I just knew he was gonna make bread. He was gonna put peanut butter and jelly together just like that, and, you know, connect the dots, and it hit perfectly. And
that's a massive hook from Melee. He's gonna crew 2 of them. Skeletal, now Emma Frost gonna get deleted immediately. Pop Quiz gonna come out from CEO Popeyes onto the Gambit, but it's not gonna get anything, and he's so far away from his team. You know, if anything protecting the mistake is gonna get taken out now as well by Elian, and O-Block is gonna be taken away. Popeyes, I think, is still behind him. If I'm not mistaken, and he is so far away from his team. He probably gonna just try and force point, but as his team starts to walk in, as they are trying to walk up here. Gleek does the first step finally from Panda. Gleek falls. That's Ills. That's a Vanguard down. They're trying to walk up here now. Splash has to use his bubble to keep himself alive, but Stay falls as well. There's a trade. Here comes the Kumiko from Adrian, but they've lost Popeye. They need to get more with this to Is, but here comes the ultimate from Skeleton. Can he get a pick? No, he's gonna get hooked and potentially get taken out immediately. And here comes the Razor Royal flush down from Onyx Aerial. Realize they're just gonna clean this up here, and Panda are just probably gonna win this fight here. There's just 3 dead now from O-Block, and they need a portal here. And I don't know if they're gonna get this off. If there's just so much, they can pressure out of it. He gets stunned, there's no portal, and that's gonna do it. Panda is going to take map 1 in a dominating fashion. The Winter Soldier. Yeah, definitely. Just a dominant performance again. Gleek was the only person that died on Panda. He had one death. That was the only death from Panda that entire map. Yep. And Tio and O-Block needs to find some major adjustments. They need to reset their mental, so because they need to find something here. This could potentially be their tournament hopes on the line here, because they need a win here if they want to keep their. I think they need a win here to potentially stay in the running to be one of those two teams out of Group D to make it to the bracket stage. If Panda wins here, I think they're almost guaranteed. To be moving on to the group stage, to the bracket stage. And I think the teams are going to be ready, so I guess we could be going into the second map relatively quick. But what type of adjustments do you think you want to see out of O-Block to potentially try and make this stronger?